Hi, and welcome to October. So, we are still in the energies of 9. We just came out of September, which was a very intense and powerful month for a lot of reasons. So, this month we'll still be predominantly kind of integrating and processing potentially anything that has really gotten stirred up or anything that played out in the world stage as well as personally. So October is going to be definitely a different flavor, thankfully, than September. And that doesn't mean everything is negative that we're experiencing. It's just that it's intense for a lot of people. And sometimes that's just dealing with the intensity of the downloads and the energies coming in. It could be just dealing with the collective energy. It could be just dealing with other people that are going through a lot. So if you're in a really good space and there's not been a lot that's been unfolding for you, invitation, if possible, is really hold a space, ground the energy, and really hold a space of peace and love if possible. And if you've been going through a lot, keep in mind that we have been born for these times, and everything that is unfolding, either within our families, within the outer, at the root, everything is love, and we are opening up to more light. It doesn't maybe look like that right now or feel like that, but that is actually what's really happening, and we are in the final lapse of this deconstruction phase, which October is going to kick off. So we're now entering into a new stage of the unfolding of the paradigm shift that we've been dealing with, that we've been navigating through. So there's a bigger picture that's playing out, and October is going to kick off kind of a new essence or a new chapter, so to speak, for humanity, and then potentially for us, as we're going to start to see kind of the next stage of things unfolding on the collective. We're going to be dealing with, 9 still, and we're going to be dealing with 10 and 1 this month of October. So the 10 is asking us to really start to get really clear on what we really believe in. And so are we believing in serving love? Are we believing in serving fear? Because we're always serving something. Just oftentimes we're defaulting through our subconscious. And so we want to become really more active and conscious in what we really believe, and then be able to show up from that place, or be aware of, we're still going to have responses of potential fear or anger, things like that. We definitely are going to still have responses. We want to move that, but we want to start to become more conscious about how we want to start to respond and what we want to start to give energy to in creating. And that's the 10s asking us, in order to do that, we need to feel really connected. So it's bringing this real connection between the head and the heart. So 10 and 1, that's what we really want to focus on. We want to focus on, how can I start to really navigate through from a deeply connected place? So our invitation, our platform, our grit, our resiliency, our courage, our strength, our clarity, everything is going to come from that place where we're able to feel that connection to a spirit, to the source within, to our intuition, to whatever, the divine intelligence, like whatever that means for you, God, Goddess. So this is the month to really potentially ground that, so that could be just spending more time facilitating and nurturing our inner connection, so that we have clear navigation to navigate, we have clear ability to navigate through whatever starts to unfold, because we're going to start to see potentially more changes. We're going to start to see more disclosures. We're going to start to see just more things kind of maybe be shaking up a little bit, which is again part of this deconstruction phase. And it can feel very sometimes discombobulating or ungrounding for us. So the key for us is to navigate through this so that we can feel really centered, solid. Our spine is solid, and the analogy is we have a spine of steel, and our heart is open, and our heart is able to be in love or in compassion, understanding. And that first and foremost can also be for ourselves, being able to say, wow, this is a lot, there's a lot going on here, and I need to just take a step back, check in with myself. Am I getting pulled out? Am I getting caught up into what's happening in the collective energies? Am I getting caught up in somebody else's energies because things are unfolding? So being able to, first and foremost, just come back into our own heart and our own center. So the 10 is asking us to really kind of step into that warriorship and the warriorship of light. So again, it's not just, a warrior just to fight. It's being able to say, I believe in something and I'm going to hold space for that. I'm going to be an ambassador of that. I'm going to be an instrument of that. So what would that mean for us individually? So for some, that might be, I'm holding a space of peace and I'm an ambassador of peace, which means that I'm going to navigate through my day and I'm going to approach and relate to everything as best as I can, as consciously as I can, to peace. And when I get knocked off, I'm going to come back and, gently and lovingly just keep coming back into that. So this month, the 10 is asking us to stay connected, and it's asking us to really connect to our radiant body, remembering that, remembering at our core, we are a radiant being and we are part of this bigger picture that's playing out. And that doesn't mean we have to be doing anything. It's, the most powerful thing we're doing is actually our own inner work. So whatever shows up for us this month, it can still feel really new. We might have just a surge of new inspiration, new ideas, a lot of new creative energy coming in. So we might start to also feel very excited about, some new ideas or creative projects or grassroots movements that we, all of a sudden we might have just a lot of ideas of what we want to do and how we want to create that, or coming together, start in community to start to create that. So really inviting all of us to really stay open to that. And it's going to be probably a little bit of a dance, navigating through kind of almost two worlds, the world of our inner, what do we want to create? How much energy can I give to creating? And then also all the stuff that's potentially playing out on the world stage. It's kind of, we have to keep choosing it. So what do we need to support ourselves in order to do that? This is also a month that you'll get a glimpse, if you're following your personal cycle, your personal numerological cycle from January 1st to December 31st, we'll be getting a glimpse this month of what the themes potentially are going to be. And if you're sensitive to energy, you'll start to feel the winds of this next energy starting to merge. Your main theme is still going to be, for the next few months still, the current cycle that you're in, but you'll start to feel a blend of this new energy come in. The month of October, you'll start to get a glimpse of the themes. So invitation is pay attention to what themes are showing up for you. That will give you a hint of what the theme for your next year will potentially be. And you can start to feel this merging, which is kind of interesting. So it's a little bit of a different wind, a little bit of a different climate that we get to work with now moving forward. So hopefully it will feel a lot lighter. And the invitation for us is, just really keep taking care of ourselves. We were in powerful times, but to remember, keep asking, help me to remember who I am and why I'm here, because we are not here, no matter what we're doing, we are not here randomly. We are here at this time, this most unprecedented, historical, just amazing, incredible time. Yes, intense. Yes, many challenges. Yet, this is so historic. And so, the invitation for us is to keep coming back and, just coming back into home, into our heart, connecting to our soul and asking that, keep remembering, help me to remember who I am and why I'm here. And at the root of it, our power comes from spirit. Our power comes from us being able to be in connection. The ego has, or how the previous paradigm has played out, there's been a lot of false power, which is, that's fading, that's dismantling. I know it may not feel like that yet, but that's why there's so much intensity happening, because the light is really being born, and it's ultimately being born within us so that we can create this new earth. So wishing you a very beautiful month. Take gentle care and shine your light, shine your power, let your power express, just kind of let yourself be the brightest, most amazing, alive being you can be and want to be. Namaste.